Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're doing something a little different. We're not just analyzing a document, we're taking on a challenge. Think of it like a video game. This is the Swami Grammar Assessment, and we're going to level up our English grammar skills, one question at a time. So, how are you feeling? Think your English is pretty much perfect? Well, we're about to find out. But look, this isn't about getting a grade or passing a test. It's about peeking behind the curtain and seeing the hidden machinery that makes language really work. Let's play along and see how we do. So, here's the game plan. We're going to deconstruct this assessment piece by piece. We'll figure out why some words are a perfect fit and others just aren't. And by the end of this, you'll see grammar not as a bunch of stuffy rules, but as a seriously cool toolkit for communicating better. All right, you ready? Let's jump in. First up, level 1. We're starting with the absolute fundamentals. These are the words that create a vivid picture in the reader's mind, the real building blocks of a good story. We're talking tenses and prepositions. Okay, here's our first puzzle. We've got the verb sit. How do we make it work in this sentence? I mean, think about it. The action is happening in the past, but it's not a quick one-and-done kind of thing. It's a whole scene that's unfolding. So what tense lets us do that? And the key here is the past continuous tense. Seriously, you can think of this as a storyteller's secret weapon. It doesn't just tell you something happened, it drops you right into the middle of it happening. It's how you build a mood and really set a scene. And there you have it. Was sitting is our answer. Swami's father was sitting gloomily. You can almost see it, can't you? That feeling of continuous action makes the whole scene feel alive, even though we know it happened in the past. Now let's do a quick fire round on prepositions. These tiny words are all about location and relationships. They're like the GPS of a sentence. Congratulations get showered on someone. You listen to a conversation. You hide under a blanket. They're the little signposts that connect all the pieces and tell us how everything fits together. All right, level 2. Now that we've set the scene, it's time to get precise. This is all about picking the exact right tool for the job to connect your ideas and avoid any confusion. We're talking linkers and those super tricky words that sound the same but, aren't. Okay, check this one out. We've got two parts here. The effect, all the congratulations, and the cause, catching the burglar. So what's the magic word we need to stick in the middle to connect them? How do we link the what happened to the why it happened? And that magic word is, of course, because. It's literally the logical glue holding that idea together. Congratulations were showered on Swami because he had caught the burglar. It's simple, it's clear, and it leaves zero doubt about the connection. It's amazing how one little word can do all that heavy lifting. All right, you know what's next. It's everyone's favorite grammar headache. Homophones, those words that sound exactly the same but mean totally different things. Ready for a little speed round? Let's see how you do. First up, fair versus fair. So fair, F-A-I-R, can mean something is just, like a fair trial, or it could be an event, like a county fair. But fair, F-A-R-E, well, that's the money you pay for a bus ride. Simple, right? Okay, next pair, principal versus principal. Now, this one trips people up all the time, but I've got a great little trick. The principal of your school is your pal, see? Easy. But a principle, ending in LE, is a rule you live by. So one's a person, the other's an idea. Boom. And to wrap up the speed round, story versus story. A story with an E is a level of a building, like a 2-story house. A story, without the E, is a tale you tell. It's wild how one little letter can take you from architecture to literature. You're doing great. Time to level up again. Again, level 3 is where things get really cool. We're talking about word synergies, which is just a fancy way of saying how some words are natural partners and how one single powerful word can do the work of a whole phrase. So let's try a little puzzle. This is all about collocations, words that just love to hang out together. Your job is to play matchmaker. Which word from column B feels like the perfect partner for each word in column A? This isn't about memorizing rules, it's all about what just sounds right. So, did you figure them out? The perfect pairs are a freightful proposition, a timetable, and you lay emphasis on something. Honestly, getting these natural combos right is one of the biggest shortcuts to making your English sound more fluent. It's knowing which words travel in a pack. And this is what I mean by a vocabulary power-up. Why say a frightening dream when you can just say
Nightmare. It's sharper, it's faster. Why say a small, poisonous spider family creature when you can just say scorpion? Using one precise word is so much more effective. It cuts right to the chase. All right, you've made it. It is time for the final boss. We've talked about what words mean and which words they hang out with. But now we're going to the deepest level, the very sound, the rhythm, the architecture of the words themselves. Get ready. We're tackling syllables. So how do we count these things? It's way easier than it sounds, I promise. Let's take the word desperately. Say it out loud with me, nice and slow. Des-per-ate-ly. Now for the fun part. Clap it out. Des-per-ate-ly. How many claps was that? 4. That's it. 4 claps means 4 syllables. You can do this with any word.
And here's our final scoreboard from the assessment. You can really feel the rhythm now, right? Night gets 1 beat, walking gets 2, returning gets 3, and our big boss word, desperately, gets 4. Understanding this beat is the secret sauce behind poetry, pronunciation, the whole music of the language. And just like that, you did it. You beat the final boss. Congratulations. You've officially made it through the Swami grammar assessment. But here's the real key takeaway. This was never just a test. It was a tour of how the English language is actually built, from the inside out. And this, right here, this is the most important part. Grammar isn't some scary list of rules just waiting for you to mess up. No way. It's a creative toolkit. Every single thing we looked at today is just another tool you can use to build your ideas, to make them stronger, clearer, and way more powerful. So as we finish up, I've got one last question for you. From setting a scene with the past continuous tense to picking that one perfect power word, what's one idea you saw today that's going to stick with you? What new tool are you adding to your own communication toolkit? Thanks for watching.